Crystal, I've been asked to speak briefly on behalf of the family. And if there's only one message to communicate, it is one of gratitude. Gratitude for Mom's life and the millions of memories. Gratitude to all those who supported her, especially the last 6 years. And our appreciation for the messages that we have received, the outpouring of empathy, and for your prayers. Thank you very much. While each of us interacted with our mother in a variety of ways, it is the family members that interacted with her the most, and presumably also profited the most from that interaction. Nevertheless, I will only touch on some of our views and indeed some of the memories that we have of her. The profile of Mom's life that is in your program mentions the many names people used to refer to her. But frankly, the only name that says it all was Mom. She was and remains our mother. How many times we, her children, and anyone around her felt her maternal concern, her generosity, courage, and strength. Yes, she was strong. Looking at her as she lay on her hospital bed, the many times she was there, I was sure that she would bounce back and beat the illness as she had done before. We also know that mothers are superheroes with supernatural powers, and Mom was no different. I remember a few years ago, I received a urgent call from the President's secretary. The President needed to talk to Bishop, now Bishop Muheria, who is here with us. And they had tried in vain to call him, but he wasn't answering. Alikuwa Madam Teja. The request was simple. Could I please call the bishop and pass on the message? I replied that if he did not answer the call from State House, he'll certainly not answer mine. However, I said, I know exactly the solution. I called Mom and asked her to call the bishop and tell him to call back the person that has been calling him repeatedly. And that's exactly what happened. Mom called Bishop, who answered right away. And the President's secretary called me a short while later to say that they were able to talk to the bishop. All was good now. She was always teaching us something, but interestingly, she did this calmly, in a quiet way, and often by example. She taught us to be generous, not being stingy in dealing with others. And maybe we were slow in learning and putting that into practice. She was certainly a woman of prayer. This was the most powerful lesson that was taught and learned again and again. But I don't recall her ever coercing us to pray. Rather, with her around, it made sense that we tried each day to build a relationship with God. Yes, the daily rosary was important to her. I was always amazed by her ability to forgive. 70 times, 7 times. She did not feel the need to settle a score, point out harshly the mistakes made, close a deal, but rather she always pointed to the path of reconciliation and forgiveness. One of the things we learned from Mom is taking care of others, particularly the disadvantaged. She did not remind us, like motivational speakers would, of a quote that the measure of a society is how it treats its weakest members. She just acted accordingly, and her generous actions spoke volumes. I'm sure each of us has many examples of this. It was therefore easy for me, for instance, to endorse the desire of CBK staff to support the St. Kizito School for the Deaf and other similar initiatives that were executed without fanfare. Additionally, within the CBK family, as was mentioned by my chairman, Mr. Njoroge, I have reached out to the weakest members, that is, anyone that has recently lost a close family member. But over the last week, I realized a great truth, that I am now the weakest member of the CBK family. We have felt lifted by the overwhelming support that our family has received, prayers, the condolences messages in various forms. The entire family is truly grateful and prays that God blesses you richly. Before I finish, I want to express the family's gratitude to all those that helped Mom over the years, making her struggles more bearable. This includes her caregivers who were with her at every moment. The nurses and other staff at the Aga Khan University Hospital, who I must confess are now on first-name basis with us. The wonderful Dr. Gidegi and other doctors. We remember in a special way the late Professor Paul Kioi, the priest that visited her regularly to bring to her the Blessed Eucharist. We are also grateful to the doctors that attended her in South Africa in 2018. The KQ crew that ensured that she was comfortable during her flights. And a special mention of the KQ manager in Johannesburg. And the women of Opus Dei in South Africa who visited her daily. A big thank you also on behalf of Mom. Colleagues, like every child, I shared some secrets with Mom. While these are our secrets, I'm sure she would not mind if I revealed one of them. We had a deal. And the promise was simple, that after my term at the central bank had ended, we would visit the shrine of Our Lady Omuseve. But that was not to be. She passed away a day after Mother's Day, 3 days before her birthday. I was disappointed at first, but quickly realized that she was now next to Our Lady, and I can still make the pilgrimage to Museve. That is the deal. May the angels lead you into paradise. May the martyrs receive you and lead you to the holy city, Jerusalem. May choirs of angels receive you, and may you have eternal rest.
Mom will accompany you to Museve.